allait prendre la route de l'aventure. Amen sur le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Amen sur le président. Hi, good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroon. Good day, my beautiful people of British Cameroon and my beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. This is a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndive Lee Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Today, I've come to examine if the Biya Ahidjo regime is legal, the legality, the constitutionality of the Ahidjo Biya regime. In constitutional law, constitutionality of the law means the condition of acting in accordance with the applicable constitution. So today, I want to talk about Mr. Biya government. It be legal, it be lawful, it be legitimate. That is the question today. Because you are in government doesn't mean you're legal. Because you're in power doesn't make you legal or legitimate. Because they have an election doesn't mean you're legitimate. You have seen governments, ministers, prime ministers, president, they resign because despite the fact that they were elected, they were still not legitimate. They were in power, not in accordance with the law. So today I want to ask that question. The Ahidjo Biya regime, is it legitimate? That is the question. And one thing that I must want to trigger your brain. We understand, especially in African countries, we have seen coup d'etat. Because you make a coup d'etat and the coup d'etat is successful, does that make you legal? No. If you make a coup d'etat, you become president. It doesn't make you legal. You're ruling the people with the military. And even after the coup d'etat, you go and stand for election, the people vote you, you are not still legal. It's a fact. So ladies and gentlemen, today, on this party political broadcast, the question is the Biya Ahidjo regime, is it constitutional? The answer is an emphatic no. Why? The Biya Ahidjo regime is unconstitutional. What does unconstitutionality mean? It means not allowed by the constitution of the country. So what Mr. Ahidjo did was not constitutional. What Biya is doing is not constitutional. And I will tell you why. I understand a lot of people, they always come and argue. Historian, they will tell you about the law. I'm talking about the law. I'm not talking about history. And I'll be reading English language to you. It's not Mundaka. It's not Mukwe. I will read it to you. So people have been arguing time and again. And I want to tell you today that the Biya Ahidjo regime is an illegal regime. I'm not just here making noise. What I'm going to say today on this party political broadcast, you can go and do your own research. You can ask constitutional experts. If you're a student in the university, you can ask your university lecturer. If you don't have a university lecturer, you can do your own research. We have a lot of information on the social media, well-written document about constitutionality of the law. And again, I am not the only one who studied law in Ngwakele. One of my lecturers in Ngwakele, because I did public law in the then Yaoundé University, my constitutional lecturer was Joseph Bipumum Jean-Marie. He was the Dean of Faculty of Law and Science and Political Science. And he was also a Minister of Culture in the Biya regime. So, when I come and sit here, this is somebody who was apolitical, who taught me constitutional law in the then Yaoundé University. I came to the United Kingdom. I also studied law again. I studied constitutional law here. I did private law because we had English private law in Ngwakele. We have French private law. Then we have public law. So I did public law in Ngwakele. Then I came to UK. I did English private law again, which I did constitutional law. So what I'm saying, I don't come and sit on a program and mislead the people. I don't do that. Everybody can check. So today, on this party political broadcast, I am making it clear that the Biya Ahidjo regime, it's illegal, it's illegitimate, it's unlawful. And I'll start here by reading, there's an article in the current La République du Cameroon, their current constitution. Is it Article 64? Where is that, the Article 64? I'll read it to you, why I make my point, why the government is not legitimate. Okay, I'll start with the current constitution of the Cameroons. I'll read it. Article 64 of the current constitution of La République du Cameroon. I know why I want to start with this article. After this, I will go to Article 47 of the Federal Constitution. Just listen the words. Article 64 of the current constitution of La République du Cameroon says, it states that no procedure for the amendment of the constitution affecting the Republican, forget that word Republican, mark the word, the form of the state, no procedure for amendment of the constitution affecting the form of the state, unity, territorial integrity of the state, and the democratic principle which govern the republic shall be accepted. So in short, it's English language. Nobody should come and fool you. It says what? Nobody can change the form of a state. The form of state, the state of La République du Cameroun today is what? Unity form of state. They say they will never accept any procedure that they want to change the state. That is what they say, the current constitution of La République du Cameroun. So if anybody comes and change the form of a state, it means it's invalid, it's illegal, it's unconstitutional. If anybody today wants to change the form of a state of the Cameroons, so it's a no-go area. So if somebody change the form of the state of La République today, it means it's illegal. That's what this constitution, Article 64, says. Okay, because I want to do a comparative studies with this constitution with Article 47. Article 47 of the Federal Republic of Cameroon, that's British Cameroon and La République du Cameroun. West Cameroon, East Cameroon, Southern Cameroon, La République du Cameroun. So, when we came together, the first constitution makes it clear that Article 47, any proposal for the revision of the present constitution, revision is like amendment, is the same. Article 64 said they are not going to accept any amendment. Article 47 said they are not going to accept any revision of the present constitution. The words are similar, which impairs the unity, the integrity of the federation shall be inadmissible. Inadmissible means what? Inadmissible means what? It means they will not accept it rather. That's what it means. Any change or proposal to revise the federal constitution shall not be admissible. It means they will not accept it. It will be invalid. It will not be valid. That's what Article 47 of the Federal Constitution says. So they change Article 47 with Article 64 of the current Constitution. So you say, if you change this, the form of the federal state, if you change it, it is not valid. That's what it says. So how can you change it now and put Article 64? You have a unitary state. You say if you change it, it's not accepted. So what happens? If we had an independent judiciary, you take a case to court and they will interpret it. They will say this new constitution is invalid. Ahidjo changing the federal constitution unconstitutional. So you see, the Ahidjo Biya regime have been acting unlawfully. But what happens? L'état, c'est moi. Some people, some regime apologists, they have been trying to defend the indefensible. They keep on saying that, no, the Article 47 says it was not the form of a state. Listen, Article 47 makes it clear that any proposal for the revision of the present constitution which impairs the unity and integrity of the federation shall not be admissible. Which does it mean? It means if you change Article 47, it means it is invalid. That's what it means. It means you cannot, impair means you cannot make federation to have less value or less effective. Do we have the federation today? No. They say we have a unitary form of state. Then they say unity and integrity. Integrity is a strong moral principle that says you cannot change something. So they interchange the word. You have the word unity, integrity, and democratic principle. But the difference is that they have changed the form of a state. They say you cannot change the federation. Ladies and gentlemen, what's federation? A group of states. In the case of the Cameroons, there were two states. La République du Cameroun and British Cameroon. Those are the two states. With a central government, but independent internal affairs. So La République du Cameroun had their French institution in their own side. That's internal affairs. British Cameroon had its own government, prime minister, parliament, house of chiefs. They have their internal affairs. Article 47 says you cannot change it. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who sit and look back and say some of us, we want to separate the state. It was not one country, it was two countries. Like United Kingdom have got 4 countries. Nobody have ever tampered with the 4 countries. They still remain United Kingdom, Scotland, England, Northern Ireland, and Wales. So where is the other state of the Cameroons? Why did they change it? Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that La République du Cameroon changed the form of the state from federation to unity state, it means Mr. Biya's government is illegitimate, illegal, unlawful. It means Mr. Biya, as a president of the Cameroons, is illegal, is illegitimate, is unlawful. Ladies and gentlemen, because you go and steal somebody's land, because you go and steal somebody's car, and you change the title and put your name there, it doesn't mean you own that car or the land because you have land title. That's what the Constitution is saying. Because Mr. Biya and Mr. Ahidjo have successfully changed Article 47, the federal form of a state, to a unitary form of state. It doesn't make it legal. As I said, for thief money land, thief money motor, go make document for your name. By law, you know, give you right, say, now you own them. Now say mean for law too. So if you get independent judiciary, you take Ahidjo for court, Ahidjo regime, Biya regime, you go for court, you go win them. Court go talk, say, Muna go back for that federation. So those people, them, when I call for unity state, all Mr. Biya government, it be illegal. It's just like, I don't tell you now already. If you go make coup d'etat, I say today I did for Britain. I go overthrow British Prime Minister. I put myself Prime Minister. It no means I be illegal, I be unconstitutional. So until the Biya regime, they go back for the federal form of government, where two countries, they come together, British Cameroon, La République du Cameroon, until they go back, any other government will come after Mr. Biya be illegal. Even if we have votes on new president, the president come say he want to revise constitution. No, they don't get to amend the constitution. They don't get to revise the constitution. All what they get to do, now say, they get to go back. They didn't revise anything. They didn't revise. Legally, what they get to do? Any man will come for government, you know, be happy with Ahidjo Biya. You know, talk say, oh, we'll go sit to revise constitution. You the job go either, you take we'll go back for wait will be getting for 1972. You don't even need for go argue. Argument no day. There is no argument, ladies and gentlemen. Any legitimate person, he just get to go back to the federal form of government. They don't need for go stand because this current constitution be illegal. All the changes where they don't make a form of state inside the current, it is illegal, my brothers and sisters. If you like, do your own research, ask constitutional expert, ask them, they will say the same thing like myself. So ladies and gentlemen, when you see people like Mr. Biya, Ayolo, Ngongo, Atanganji, and the host of others, they are just fighting to stay in power. They cannot have this debate with Maître Mola Alex Divelisinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. If people think we are going to use politics of personality cult by parachuting ourselves to become the next president without debating the illegality of the Ahidjo Biya regime, you are joking. We don't come here to talk about Maître Mola Alex Divelisinger, Maître Mola Alex. We are not doing that. We are talking about policies, illegality, unconstitutionality, and illegitimacy. We must talk about these things. We must debate it. People should not be focusing about presidential election. It's not important. I always say, those who are in the Cameroons today, they need electricity. They need pipe-borne water. They need good hospital. They need good roads. They don't need presidential election. There are some countries that they have never had presidential election. They are well developed. People need a better life. Election doesn't give us food in the table. You can have 1 million elections if you don't know how to run the country. If you cannot take us from this colonial government poodle of France manufacturing our money inherited institutions from France that are not effective, that are not fair on our people. If you cannot take us out from that, nothing will ever change. Changing a president without a manifesto, changing a president without a policy, changing a president that's still under France will make no difference. We want to talk about institutional policies. We want to have that debate, not about presidential or elections. We have seen presidential elections upon presidential election. What have changed? The country have been destroyed. Cameroon Bank destroyed. Tico International Airport destroyed. Marketing Board destroyed. Wadaroon destroyed. Everything destroyed. What we have is corruption and nepotism. People fight to become president in the Cameroons, not about to make sure they better the life of our people. It's about getting their hands on the contracts and making their own money for their family and themselves. None of them, they don't come and sit and try to say, okay, if I am the president of the Cameroons today, I will look at Article 47. Why is it that they changed the federal form of government, that two countries came together? Article 47 says, if they change the form of state, it's not acceptable. Let's look at the unconstitutionality of the two previous regime. That's what we have to have that debate now. Mr. Kamto should come. Let's have that debate now. Bello Buba, Chiruma, Jean Didier Momo, all of you, we should have that debate now. We shouldn't wait for presidential election. Let's have that debate now. Why is it that we have allowed criminality, unconstitutionality, illegitimacy to operate in our countries? How come that some of you have been in government for a long time, but you don't do anything? If I said this to you, some of you might be surprised. I started doing politics before my lecturer, Maurice, came to me. It's a fact. He was a lecturer while I was doing politics as a young teenager. Cabral Libri, I started doing politics before them. But they never talk about what I'm talking about. People are interested in just being president. And what happens? What happens? These are issues that we must debate right now, today, or tomorrow, or next month. We don't wait for presidential election. If you allow any person to be the next president, once as they have their guns, the gendarmerie, the bees, it doesn't matter who the person is. France will instruct them to use the guns on us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are calling for a constituent assembly where all the people of the two countries, British Cameroon and La République du Cameroun, we sit down, we bring judges, we go back to where we were. Where all the ethnicities of the Cameroons, they will be represented to talk about their future. Because we have never come together as ethnicities to talk about our faith. There is no particular culture in the Cameroons that is one size fits all. Le Cameroun est indivisible. There's no culture. What culture are we following in the Cameroons? We don't have a culture. We don't have any values in the Cameroons. We don't follow our own constitution. We torture people in the Cameroons, despite the fact that our constitution, which is part of the United Nations Charter, which say people have a right of self-determination. That's our constitution, Article 65. The Charter and African Charter of Peoples and Human Rights. It's our constitution. Don't torture people, they torture people. United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. Don't torture people, they torture people. Article 65 says, Maître Mola Alex Diver-Lissinger, you have a right of your political opinion. I can say, I want one and indivisible Cameroon. I can say I want independent Cameroon or La République du Cameroun or British Cameroon. It is your political opinion. The Constitution says you have a right to associate with whoever you want to. And you have a right to leave that association. But we see Minister Atanganji comes and tells you that you don't have to associate with this. These people, they don't know the law. When you put somebody who cannot pilot a plane in a plane, no, you're finished. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a real leader, You don't see the person only in the last 1 or 2 or 3 years. Look at their past. Look at their life. Look if they have probity and integrity. Some of the people who are talking about being the next president of the Cameroon, look at them. They joined the CNU, rebranded CPDM. Some joined SDF. I used to say SDF is not going to go anywhere. One of the reasons, I used to go to rallies in Bamenda, in the stadium, Liberty Square. There was a day I was in the Bamenda Stadium. Let Ben Muna, Barrister Ben Muna, was in the stadium. John Frundi said that children should not go to school. Ben Muna said children, they should go to school. People were throwing stone on Ben Muna. I was on the side of children going to school. That was in Bamenda Stadium, long ago. I was on the side of the children going to school. I've always been. Because children are not political weapon. SDF, I look at a lot of things in those days. I knew they were not fit for purpose. But unfortunately, a lot of people, they don't use their brain to think. They use their emotion. That is why when SDF was created in the early 1990s, they were killing people. The militants, they were beating people. The mother Alhaji Tita Fomuko Mbali, who created a political party, intolerance. So those things, they started giving me red flag, warning signs when I was very young. I met Panga for the owner of Nacho Comprehensive College. We met in Ayaba. They almost killed him. The SDF militants. They almost killed him. So some of you think what the Ambas they are doing today, they used to do it under SDF. It's the same people. Intolerance. One of the things that is killing us, Anglophone, we are intolerant. Not all Anglophone, I mean the ones who are politically active. They are very intolerant. It's either our way or no other way. It's either one size fits it all. But despite the fact that we criticize the Francophone political actors, the reason why they dominate us is simple. In the Anglophone, or Francophone rather, if you look at their political leaders, you have different political leaders. Let Ndamjoya come somewhere. Different. His party, UDC. Cabral Libri comes from another part of La République. Bello Boba from another part. Jean Didier Momo from another part. Jean-Jacques Ekindi from another part. Daikole Daisele from another part. But when it comes to British Cameroonians, it's either we come together on one platform or nothing will happen. That is why they have always annexed us, because we don't have that diversity. If one person goes behind to sell us, there will be another person who will stand there, maybe British Cameroon National Party. But when all of you enter one basket, they will kill all of you. Why I feel sorry for those who are in prison? It's 8 years today. Has anyone come and tell us what they went to do in Naira Hotel? No. Politics, if you are representing people, is not a secret. When some people went to Swiss, it was a secret. When some people went to Canada, it was a secret. Politics, not be Nyongo, not be Ngomba House. British Cameroon National Party talks to the people. We want to represent the people. We want to form the next government, so we talk to the people. If we want to approach the government of La République du Cameroon, we will not make it a secret. It will not be Naira Hotel secret. It will not be coming to sell oil in London secret. It will not be going to Swiss a secret. It will not be going to Canada a secret, because none of us at the moment, we don't have that mandate to represent the people. And that's why we of British Cameroon National Party, we are ready to stand for parliamentary and local election and tell the people that this is what we stand for. We want equal status. Equal status meaning that two countries came together. Equal status means that the two countries, they have a right to use their inherited institution, not La République du Cameroon forcing their institution on British Cameroon. Equal status means whenever the people of British Cameroon, they join La République du Cameroon through a referendum. Whenever they want to, like Scotland, they should give them a referendum if they have the mandate, if they have majority of members of parliament in British Cameroon. That is equal status. We are not in power. We don't have that power to go to Yaoundé and force the government of La République with arms and say, go away. We don't have that power. Our power is in the ballot. A lot of people, some will tell, oh, we had SDF, it did not work. What was the modus operandi of SDF? SDF ended up in bed with the CNU rebranded CPDM. SDF leadership, they used to be ex-militant of CNU rebranded CPDM. So I never have faith in those type of people. People who have been part of the CNU rebranded CPDM. We are different. We are not just targeting that we want to be the president of the Cameroons, and when we are president, we'll change things. We want to start taking the seats. For those CNU rebranded CPDM parliamentarian senator, if you're not supporting equal status, then you people have to leave. We are ready to take those who have changed, who have the same policy with us to work with us, because we want to target the seats in British Cameroons. SDF was not a nationalist party. SDF was a party that believed that La République du Cameroun and British Cameroon are one country. British Cameroon National Party believed two countries came together. British Cameroon National Party believe we cannot talk about reunification because reunification can only happen if we're one. German Cameroon, Portuguese Cameroon, all those things, they were not a country. It was a Portuguese slave plantation. So if you say reunification, it means that you want us to go and be a slave in that plantation. We became countries only when Dr. Ndeli became Prime Minister of British Southern Cameroon. Then Ahidjo became President of La République du Cameroun, which they call East Cameroon, us West Cameroon. Those were separate countries. Then we decided to come together through a plebiscite, which if you join somebody, you marry somebody, at any time you can say you want to divorce. There's nothing wrong with that. Mr. Biya was the one who seceded, who divorced. Ahidjo started it by illegally changing the form of a state, two countries that came together, and imposing French institution on us. Mr. Biya hit the final nail on the coffin when he changed the name of United Republic of Cameroon. So Mr. Biya separated, then he annexed British Cameroon. That is why Fongodi Tinka, a learned person, experienced lawyer, told Mr. Biya, you have separated. So when people call people that they are secessionists, it's the government of La République du Cameroon that's a secessionist government. Mr. Biya seceded, then annexed British Cameroon. And annexation is simple. Trying to obliterate, trying to wipe out the identity of British Cameroons. Even your own money, you don't have your name there. France is still controlling you. That's why Mr. Biya have to go to France after the major national dialogue to talk to the de facto president of Cameroon. This is what happened. The person who said they should give you decentralization, it was not President Paul Biya. It was Mr. Macron, the de facto president of the Cameroons. So British Cameroon National Party is fighting for the sovereignty and integrity of British Cameroons. We don't want to be controlled by France. It's a matter of time. And we should do it the right way, not through back doors. We are looking forward that we should have institutions where the people of British Cameroons, if you want to do politics, you go and stand for election as a member of parliament. You go and stand for election. Let them vote you. Nobody will appoint you. People have been writing letters for Biya to make them minister, to appoint them. They are novice. They don't understand how the Cameroons work. I've spent my time like an opposition for a very long time. I've surveyed, I've learned enough. I learned in the Cameroons. I came to the motherland of English democracy in the United Kingdom, practiced politics for more than 20 years, and I'm still a member and a militant of the ruling party in the United Kingdom. I've stood for elections. I've learned from all angles. You learn politics. You don't learn it in school. Political science in classroom is different from practical politics. It's just like studying law in a university is different from being a lawyer, practicing law. When you go in the classroom, they will teach you about what is murder, what is assault. But when you go to court to practice law, you don't define those things there. You don't need them there. You just have to have them in your head. So studying law in university is different from practicing law. Studying political science in the university is different from practicing politics. So ladies and gentlemen, we are open to debate with everyone. If our program sometimes, if I say something that you have a contrary view, you can come, let's have that debate on it. That's why we are here. That's why we do party political broadcasts. We are not that type of political party that we are afraid to debate with our counterpart. We are ready to debate with Mr. Biya. We are ready to debate with Bello Buba. We are ready to debate with Maurice Kamto. We are ready to debate with Cabral Libri. We are ready to debate with any political leader, no matter who you are. I understand. They say they have 300 and something political parties in the Cameroon. It's not whether there are 300 and something. In America, in Britain, we have hundreds and hundreds of political parties. They don't know them because they don't talk. If you talk like myself, they know you. So because you have a political party, it doesn't mean you have militants. I bet you in the Cameroon, when I was in the Cameroon, is it 2022, every time the people stop me on the road, even in Yaoundé, Francophones, they know me, they know my political party. So having a political party, because you have registered, they don't know you, it's a waste of time. Because politics, people need to know you. People need to know what you stand for. It's very important. So to me, if you ask an average Cameroonian, the people of the Cameroons, can you name 10 political parties in the Cameroon? I'm sure few people will struggle to name even 5. But I know British Cameroon National Party is known in the Cameroons. It's known in Yaoundé, it's known in Douala, it's known in Northwest and Southwest and British Cameroon. It's a fact. Our party is known. It's not about registering a party and keep quiet that you're a party member. Come and let's have that debate. CNU, CPDM, UNDP, all of you, come, let's have that debate. How should people vote for you because you're Mr. Biya or because of politics of personality cult? We don't want you to vote Maître Mola Alex Ndive because it's Maître Mola Alex Ndive. Vote us because of our policies. If there's somebody who can do the job that I'm doing in British Cameroon National Party more than myself, ladies and gentlemen, I will step back and give that person to continue. As things stand, Maître Mola Alex Ndive is the best leader of British Cameroon National Party. I've asked people to come and help and talk on my behalf. We haven't found those people yet. If there are people who can talk like me, who can represent us, there are a lot of people in the background who come out with a lot of, some of our militants who can talk. As things goes by, we are working on a lot of other things. We have some strong people, but as things stand, I'm the best person to lead the party as things stands. And the day we have somebody who is better off than Maître Mola Alex Ndive, the person will step forward. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndive, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 27 ans 20 ans directeur de vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après, ceux qui